Let's move away from this county to news making headlines nationally. And if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. So goes a common saying. Being that the world is firmly in the information age, the search for contemporary knowledge is gaining prominence among the young and the not so young, the cost of it notwithstanding. NTV's Alex Mwangi went to the outskirts of Nairobi to witness a training session for business leaders for which each of the participants paid a hefty sum to sit in and absorb fresh knowledge.
Take a walk down the streets of any major city or town in the country and you will come across such signs. An indication of the escalating thirst for knowledge in the country. Despite the high prices for renting office space or acquiring real estate, both public and private universities and colleges as well are minting enough money to afford taking over space in prime spots in cities and towns across the country.
Now, how will I execute this? Imagine you have 80,000 shillings in your pocket. You can either invest in shares at the stock market, or you can invest in a motorcycle for the Boda business, or you can invest in training to learn how to execute business strategies.
The cost per person to attend the day-long session by world-renowned business advisor, speaker and author Ram Charan was 80,000 shillings. And if you had tried to secure a last-minute slot to attend, this is the reply you would have got.
Fully booked.
I first wanted to know if the training sessions had met the expectations of the participants.
Yes, certainly they have actually been exceeded, because what Ram Charan does is that he explains in very simple terms, basically what you already know, but makes it easier to execute.
Yeah, very relevant. It's down to earth. Is starting from basics.
It was good to understand and clarify that there's really no myth to this execution. Success is really in the fundamentals and in ruthlessly focusing on them and executing it on time every time.
So what is the definition of strategy?
Strategy is a path to achieve some goals. So every business has to have some path. If they don't have a path, the efforts are disintegrated. So the strategy gives you a way to unite the efforts of people. It also gives you a way to compare against competition. It also gives you a way to go to the people and raise capital.
According to Ram, success in business has little correlation with the many academic certificates that many pursue.
There are so many people who have built businesses without schools. That will continue. This is one of the few professions that requires no certification. Accountants do, medicine does, surgeons do. Business does not. Anywhere in the world requires no certification.
I sought to find out which subject within the training circles is the most demanded by clients.
Leadership, 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 because everything revolves around leadership. Everything starts and ends in leadership, and not just in the office, even in our families, even in our churches, everywhere.
From the training, participants had this to say about what they will take home.
Definitely, I am a follower of Ram Charan. I have read his book for last 5 years, and I have learned now how business to be transformed in a strategy.
It has been very helpful in the sense that he basically simplifies about 4 points which you can use in your organization, and one of the critical points was choosing the right people to work for you. And once you do that, and then you simplify the task that they need to do, then it makes execution even much easier.
While some of those who attended had sponsored themselves, others had come in groups as corporate participants. The Nation Media Group's Business Daily was the media partner for the event. The 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. event is a clear example of the growing demand for knowledge, for which some are willing to dig deep into their pockets to access, and by so doing, stay ahead of competitors. Alex Mwangi, NTV.